guys, well, this is it. We've made it this far. This is the final part of my Pokemon Diamond Monotype run playthrough. And be prepared for a really shitty battle against a champion because I suck so hard. And I will be item spamming. I do apologise. I really don't normally just make a habit out of that. I normally try and you know, battle my way through normally, and normally I don't have too much of an issue, but this is the first Monotype run I've ever done, and that's my excuse. So I'm making sure that I'm fully prepared before I go into this battle, because this is the toughest battle, and well, you're gonna see that for yourself. I mean, look at how fucking long this video is. I'm gonna give the Razor Claw to Mumble. Or do I give it to... I'll give it to Jelly. And Luigi's gonna need the Icicle Plate instead of the black glasses. Trust me on that. I know what I'm doing. Anything else I can put to good use here? I don't think so. I mean, I think we should be okay. I think there's not much else I can do. Just do it. You! Oh yes. The champion of Sinnoh. The whole friggin' time, it was her. Cynthia. Well, I'll let her off. I mean, you run into her a few times in the journey, but she doesn't actually, you know... It's not like she needed to tell you it was a champion. It's not like it's a compulsory thing to do. She doesn't have to be as nice as older. So I'm setting up Stealth Rock, obviously. So let's see. Cynthia as the champion. I'm going to come out and say that she pissed me off. It pissed me off more finding out she was the champion in Platinum, because when you go through the distortion world and all that stuff, she's right by your side. She could have battled Cyrus. She could have battled Giratina, but she chose not to. She could have potentially put the world in a great amount of danger because she couldn't be fucked. At least in this game, there was no sign of her when Dialga seemed to be rising. So I can slightly let her off. I'm going with Steel Wing because... well, because I can. I'm obviously taking a bit of a risk here. The fact of the matter is Spiritom's now used Embargo, which means that I cannot use items. So if Spiritomb knocks me out, I can't heal Mumble. I don't think I'd even be able to revive him. Spiritomb is pretty darn annoying because it has no weakness. It's a Ghost Dark type. Like I said, no weakness whatsoever. You have to hit it with the strongest moves you have, because nothing else is gonna... well, bye Mumble. Nothing else is gonna there's absolutely nothing that's gonna hit it super effective style. It's just, it's too tough. What the hell is Spiritomb supposed to be anyway? It's the strangest looking Pokemon I've ever seen in my life. Anyway, because I've given Jelly the critical hit, or Razor Claw, to boost critical hit ratio, that might potentially help here. I don't mind the fact that Cynthia wasted a full restore on Spiritomb. She's not using it on another Pokemon later on down the line. Spiritomb is annoying in the fact that it has no weakness, but on the whole it's not her toughest Pokemon, so it really isn't that bad. I love muddy water. I also have to say it now because I will forget. Cynthia's battle music is also pretty darn awesome. It's really epic. In fact, I think Cynthia was the first female champion in a mainstream Pokemon game. Prior to this point, there was Blue, there was Lance, there was Stephen and Wallace. Yeah, she was the first female champion. At least in a mainstream Pokemon game. And she's also one of the most memorable champions, and, well, you'll be introduced to the Pokemon that, that's the reason for that in a bit. No, it's not this thing. Spiritiums are such a pain in the rear to catch. I've never actually caught one. I've traded one. I've never actually caught one. Right, this is a bad matchup, Jelly. Get out of there. Going over to Miles for this. I don't think Miles is going to survive it, but we'll see how things go. Rose Raid is a grass poison type. And I've been led to believe it's not that big of a deal. And, well, it's actually kind of true. This thing isn't a big deal if you're using a regular team. I'm using all water types. And the fucking knocked me out with one sludge bomb. What the hell? But yeah, Rose Raid is the, yeah. This is probably the one I actually had the most trouble with. But that's kind of to be expected when you're using all water types, because grass is very strong against water. There was a very easy solution to this, and that would have been to send Luigi in here. But I want to save Luigi for a particular Pokemon that's coming up later on, and I've fucking got one hit KO'd again. This thing. I don't like it. So I used a max revive on... No, I didn't use a max revive. I used a basic revive. I revived Mumble, okay? Because the grass type moves aren't going to really hit Mumble that hard. And Mumble also has Pluck, so hopefully that will hit Rose Raid reasonably hard. Definitely should have done more grinding. I don't think Rose Raid has anything that's going to really hit Mumble hard, so that's probably why I made the best choice reviving Mumble and using him for this rather than going over to Luigi. I want to save Luigi. Whoa! Bitch! Take this! Now I'm going to need to heal. Oh yes, people, there will be item spamming. I'm not proud of it. But I didn't really... Look, I've mentioned before, I really did not want to go through the whole Elite Four over again. So I took advantage of the fact that I bought a shit ton of Hyper Potions and have full restores and everything. If you're rich, you can win in everything. But yeah, Rose Raid isn't really going to pose that much of a threat to Mumble. But that's irritating, flinching. I disapprove, Mumble. You're not supposed to flinch. You're supposed to beat the shit out of the fucking thing. Look at it. It thinks it's better than you. Prove it wrong. You're better than it. Even if you're a water type and it's a grass type, but you've got a steel type and that protects you and... Oh my god! Can I at least get an attack off you, you... Oh! Man. And yeah, I probably should have just attacked the thing. It would have taken it out, but... There's another Pokemon I think in the battle that Mumble might be good against as well, so I really wanted to kind of... I really want to keep Mumble, you know, alive. Right, please tell me I hit it. Okay, good. Please tell me it knocks it out, because I would not be happy if... Oh, man. She's gonna heal it. She's gonna heal it. So I'm gonna hyper potion because I can just tell she's gonna heal it. I'll be shocked if she doesn't, but I'm pretty sure she heals it. What? Okay. Don't heal it then. You just made my life a little bit easier. Please don't hit too hard. Come on, Mumble. Survive. Oh, you've got to be joking me. Oh, you piece of shit. I hate Rose Raid. And I didn't want to do this. I really wanted to keep Luigi by for later on. But I haven't got much choice. Luigi's the only other thing that can hit this thing hard in case she decides, oh wait, Rose Raid's in the red, I'll heal it. Right. Bye-bye, you annoying piece of shit. I don't think the rest of her Pokemon give me quite so much grief. I don't know yet. I can't remember how this battle turned out. And Gastrodon, oh man. That's why I wanted to keep Mumble alive. Gastrodon is quad weak to grass. Right, Annabeth, sorry, but you're having to be a sacrifice. Mind you could poison it. Gastrodon is not on Cynthia's team in Platinum. I think her team has switched about a little bit. Not by an awful lot. I think it's only Gastrodon actually. Gastrodon is swapped for a Togekiss, which is a normal flying type, but it's quite a powerful one, so yeah. So the poison should obviously help a little bit while I heal up Mumble. And we'll see how Annabeth gets on, I think. If Annabeth gets knocked out, then, well, I really should have just called Annabeth Sacrifice, because that's all she ever seems to do, is sacrifice herself so that the other Pokemon can get its in. And occasionally poison, you know, opponents. But yeah, Gastrodon is a water ground type. Well, I should know that, I have one. So quad weak to grass. And I'm quite happy to just let that poison whittle Gastrodon's health down to just enough so that I can take it out. I'm actually going to heal Annabeth because she's doing quite well here. So I might go for a poison jab if I'm feeling ballsy enough. Oh, you've got to be joking me. Make it so that I'll waste a hyper potion, you fucking bitch. I honestly had no idea Gastrodon knew Earthquake. I don't look into the moves that my opponents have. I just charge in head first, and it's not always the most sensible thing to do, but that's just what I do. Right, it's just as well I've healed up Mumble because I'm going to need him now. Mumble's been revived twice. Item spamming at its finest. Oh my god, I feel so bad. I feel like such a fraud. Right, Gastrodon dies. Not really that much of a threat if you have a grass type move. Oh, here we go. This is her big one. Her strongest. Now the sensible thing to do would have been to keep Mumble in and sacrifice Mumble so I can get a pluck off on that thing and get rid of the citrus berry, because I am sure Cynthia will have put a citrus berry on this. This is Garchomp. This is Cynthia's strongest Pokemon. And it's a cunt. It's quad weak to ice though, so bring your ice types along for this. If I remember rightly though, it's more of a pain in the arse in Platinum. I think, I don't know, maybe Gyarados is just a good Pokemon to use against it, I'm not sure. I want to see how Ice Fang does without, whoa. Okay. Oh, fucking citrus berry. See, this is why I should have had Mumble go in first and get rid of that thing. But I don't think, do I? I've got a feeling that this thing knocks Luigi out. That's my gut instinct. That's gonna happen. And she's gonna heal it. I can just see it coming. This thing is her strongest. Of course she's gonna heal it. Out of all of her Pokemon, you know, if you hear people talk about the champion battle against Cynthia, this is the thing everyone talks about. This is the thing everyone says that they remember with displeasure, I suppose would be the right word. Because this thing's tough, okay? I've used a Garchomp before, and they really are strong. And there's really no point in healing if it's just going to keep using Dragon Rush on me. I mean, I know Dragon Rush isn't the most accurate move in the world, but yeah. No point in wasting a Hyper Potion. I'll just revive Luigi. Yeah, that makes no sense looking back. I'm just gonna waste a fucking... Yeah. I'll waste a revive instead of a Hyper Potion, despite the fact that I've got more Hyper Potions than revives. What the fuck was I thinking? So I'm reviving Luigi right now. Mumble's been revived, like, how many fucking times now? Oh, still twice, isn't it? That Brick Break's gonna hurt, oh god. Or not. Well, it hurt, but not as much as I thought it was gonna. I thought it was actually gonna knock Mumble out, but evidently Mumble got lucky, which is awesome. So let's get Luigi fully healed up. Sorry, Mumble, but you're a sacrifice. I am such a mean Pokemon trainer, using my Pokemon as sacrifices so I can get my own way. Oh man. Mumble's down. Right, so now I'm going back in with Luigi. Luigi will not die this time. Right. Oh god, Giga Impact. The thing with Giga Impact is it's actually not as tough as what I thought it was going to be. But it also, after using Giga Impact, Garchomp's going to need to take a turn to recharge. And this is the perfect opportunity to finish it off. With one Dragon Dance up, that should be the end for Garchomp. Yes! Now, do you really think I'm going to quit the battle after beating this thing? Granted, Rose Raid gave me more grief, which normally it wouldn't. If I was using a regular team, I would have no trouble with Rose Raid at all, but it's purely because I'm using a whole team bunch of water types. Lucario. Oh god, I had enough trouble with Maylene's Lucario. But no, we've got to fight this Lucario as well. So it's steel fighting. So I'm trying to think here what the best thing I can use against it is. I think maybe Jelly. If I revive Jelly, which I think I've already done. Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of doing a fair bunch of healing here. See what I mean about item spamming? Oh god, I feel so ashamed. I don't care if Luigi gets knocked out at this point. Luigi served its purpose. Well, actually, I obviously do care, otherwise I wouldn't have revived. You know, used a Hyper Potion on him. Okay. I think part of it is because Lucario's part fighting type. And because Luigi's part flying type, well, that kind of covers that weakness. So what I'm trying to do now is do some reviving and healing, because I am not losing this. No way, Jose. I've beaten Garchomp. Do you think I'm going to give up at this point? Even though Garchomp actually wasn't that bad. Not as bad as I thought it was going to be anyway. Now a Hail and Blizzard combo, that would have really hurt Garchomp. But hey ho. So I think, like I said, I'm mostly just using Luigi as a stand-in while I revive a whole bunch of my team. Because like I said, I was not going to lose this fight. Not after beating Garchomp. And oh my god, item spamming at its very worst. I'm literally... I look back at this footage, and the footage from the Battle of Lucian, and cringe. Right, now I'm ready to attack. Let's see what Waterfall does. Okay. Nah. It'll be fine. I'll go for another Dragon Dance. I don't know if Cynthia has extra healing items than the Elite Four. She most likely will do. Oh, ooh! 1 hit point, Luigi! Way to go! And Lucario is down and out for the count. One more Pokemon. Just one more. And it's Milotic. Okay, great. Milotic is a water type. Because I've revived Miles. Let's see what Shockwave does. So probably the best thing would have been to stockpile and then just go with a ton of shockwaves. But the more I think about it, Milotic has a move called Mirror Coat, I believe, and if you use a special attack on it, it can hit you back twice as hard, and that's a pain in the rear end. Just as being frozen by the first fucking ice beam from this thing is a pain in the rear end. So I'm gonna heal up Mumble because, well, that's 3 fucking times Mumble's had to be revived now. Man, I'd be sick of the taste of revives by this point. Sorry, Miles. I honestly thought you'd be okay against this thing, but evidently not. At least I can say I've used a Pelipper. So I'm going to go in with Luigi actually and see what Luigi does. I actually thought I was going to go in with Mumble and use Grass Knot, but evidently not. So maybe Luigi's just acting as a stand-in. Wouldn't put it past him. I don't know. It's been a while since I actually recorded this battle, so I've completely forgotten what I did. All I knew is that I item spammed a lot and I hated myself for it. Okay. Surfing again. And let's go in for the let's see what else we can do. I'm probably going to use Mumble after all and just Grass Knot the fuck out of this thing. Because I only really have 2 things that is going to stand up to it. And I don't think Grass Knot's gonna... I don't know, is Grass Knot a special move or is it a physical move? Because if it's a physical move, then Milotic is not really going to be too threatening. Fucking Aqua Ring. Bitch! Okay. Seriously, I'm cringing. The sheer amount of item spamming I've done at this point is just enough to make me want to smack myself in the face and say, what the fuck was I thinking? No one wants to see item spamming. At least they're all you. Oh, sorry, Luigi. Right, going over to Annabeth. Why the fuck not? Let's see if a toxic will do anything. Let's see if you can prove your worth. Prove that you're more than just a sacrifice. Poison the thing. So, that's obviously going to help somewhat. I don't think Milo... I don't know what abilities Milotic has. I'm going to set up a barrier just to boost my defense and see how that goes. It's not going to protect against things like Surf, which is a special attack, but if it protects me from something, then I'll take it. Whoa! Cheeky fucker. That Aqua Ring is going to make it a bit of a pain in the ass, but because I use Toxic, the poison's going to get worse every turn. And I know that I kind of gave up on Annabeth at this point. I was just kind of like, Poison Jab, there you go. One more hit's going to take out Annabeth, I'm afraid. Sorry, Annabeth, I was like, oh yeah, let's prove that you're more than a sacrifice, and then I just kind of sacrificed you again anyway. Oh, I'm not a nice person. Oh, I'm not a nice trainer at all. That Toxic, though, is really handy. Annabeth, you are the best purely because of Toxic. So go over to Mumble. Huh. You call this fun, Cynthia? I call this tedious. I want it over now, I just want to finish the game. Actually, fuck this, I don't call it tedious, I call it embarrassing. Let's finish off Milotic. Please. Oh, yes! Critical hit. I was thinking it would be nice if I could score a critical hit, and what do you know? Mumble scores a critical hit. Legendary. And with that, Cynthia has been defeated. I am now the champion of Sinnoh. And everything's all silent because it's like, oh my god, we've done it. We've beaten the game. So, Cynthia's now gonna tell us to take the lift, but she's gonna just send me up and just stay there and then run in after me. And then we get the this fantastic music playing. One of my favourite tracks from this game, actually. Alongside Cyrus's theme and Cynthia's battle theme. So Rowan miraculously was in the area and decided to pop by. I don't... Okay. How did he know I was here? How did he get here so quickly? Where has he been since I ran into him on Mount Coronet? Or the Spear Pillar to be specific. So anyway, it's time to record the memories, make a permanent record of my achievement, and we get a glimpse of my team. Mumble, Luigi, Miles. Jelly. And Annabeth. And we've done it. Granted, it was really cheap and I'm not exactly proud of the way I did defeat the Elite Four in the end, but I did it, so who the fuck cares? This game is finished. I finished it, finally. I can't believe I actually managed to finish both Digimon Adventure PSP and this game before October. I'm so proud of myself. Even if I had to resort to such cheap, nasty tactics as item spamming. Oh god, I'm never going to live that down, am I? On the bottom screen, this is obviously the credits, but on the bottom screen you can see all sorts of things, like namely your character riding their bike, presumably on their way home back to Twin Leaf Town. You've got a flying type Pokemon, why can't you just use fly? And occasionally, like when the screen goes black, you get pictures on the bottom screen of like your bag and your bike, and yeah, it's strange. Okay, but yeah, I'm done. I can't believe it. It's been quite a long ride. Not as long as Digimon Adventure PSP. That was a very long ride, but I made it. That's 4th gen Pokemon done. Before my old laptop died. How fortunate. I don't particularly care about showing stuff on the bottom screen because in all honesty this is just like the credits, and a lot of the stuff that's on the bottom screen really isn't that interesting to look at. It's either your character on a bike riding along, or it's just like a picture of like a bike or your bag or something or other. It's not like Pokemon Black 2. But anyway, final thoughts on Pokemon Diamond for the Nintendo DS. It's not too bad. I remember years ago I picked up Pearl when it came out, and I played it and I just couldn't get into it. Like after like the 1st or 2nd gym, I just stopped playing. I could not be fucked to continue. It was just, I don't know. Maybe I just wasn't in the mood to play Pokemon that particular time. But when Platinum came out, I got that, even though I obviously didn't get on with Pearl. And I really enjoyed Platinum. It was one of, well, obviously I can see it now that it's one of the weakest in Pokemon games. You know, the mainstream Pokemon games, but I still had a great time with Platinum. Coming back to Diamond, it was a bit of a strange decision for me, but I didn't want to delete my Platinum data, and I thought, well, I may as well just go with Diamond and see how I get on. And I got on surprisingly better than what I thought I was going to. But Diamond and Pearl, definitely the weakest in the mainstream Pokemon series. If you have to get a Pokemon game from the 4th generation, not including Heart Gold or Soul Silver, out of the actual trilogy, out of the 3 games that take place in Sinnoh, get Platinum. Platinum is the superior game. It's not as slow, and it just feels, it doesn't feel so bland and boring. Like, there's probably a better way I could explain my feelings for Diamond, but at the moment it's just kind of tricky for me to describe it. I will say that Diamond was a good game, but compared to other Pokemon games, it kind of falls short. So yeah, if you have to pick up a 4th generation Pokemon game, then pick up Platinum. And when I say 4th generation, I'm generally not referring to Heart Gold and Soul Silver, because they're remakes of the 2nd generation and they're fucking awesome. But yeah, I really cannot summarise my thoughts on Diamond more. I mean, if you have to get a 4th gen Pokemon game, Platinum's the way to go. Heart Gold or Soul Silver is also a good option. Thank you very much for watching. I had a great time with this game. Well, as great a time as you can expect. And I will see you guys when I do my next playthrough, whenever that is. It could be before I take my break, it could be after. I'll see you guys then.